Well, hey there, folks. How's it going today? I hope you're all doing really good. If you've been following my series on restoring my first guitar, as you can see, we have strings on it today. I'm going to play it for you in a second, too. Now, I run into one issue. I got to get a new set of tuners for it. When I was tuning it, the treble side E string tuner stripped out on me. It's not up to pitch. It's down a little bit. So what I did was tune the rest of my strings to this, okay? Now, mind you, this thing just got strings back on it. It just really got glued back together yesterday. So it's moving, and that's what it is. The neck stayed really straight, though. I will say that. That was kind of an experiment I was just going to try. You guys remember I cut the fretboard right off this, removed it, and there was a steel rod inside here. It was non-adjustable, but nonetheless, I took another piece of rod and went about from here to there and put that on top of it, glued that all in there, and put the fretboard back on it, refretted the guitar. What else did we do here? Yeah, I made a saddle for it. This is brass, okay? And this is really easy to do, and it works great. Now, I just took some brass rod, okay? This is like brazen rod. It's, I don't think it's quite 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, it might be. It's pretty handy. It fits in the saddle slot really nice. What I did is I cut 2 pieces of this, okay? Then I set one on top of the other. I glued them together. And that's just to give me the elevation to get me up out of the saddle. Now, a brass saddle and a brass nut have a certain sound. I'm not going to go down into that wormhole right now, but I have a guitar or two that has that kind of setup, and it is a little different. I like it personally. Anyway, so that being said, like I said, I'm tuned down a little bit. I can't even tune that up or down right now, so we're kind of stuck with what we got here. But we're gonna play it, and I'll show you what it sounded like. You know, I haven't touched this guitar. I played a chord on it in 45 years, so you know, you hear these stories of guys talk. Everybody remembers their first guitar, but nobody has it usually, you know. I still got mine. It's quite a thing to hang on to something like that, really. These usually get thrown in the trash or donated to a whatever. So anyway, let's see what it sounds like 45 years later. Okay, guys, here we go. Boy, she's been a long time. Look at this little thing. So small. It felt like a big guitar back then. Wow, listen to that little thing ring, huh? It's gonna need some more adjustments as we go. The action is, I mean, beyond low. It's so tight to the, I mean, it plays like, if this would have played like that when I first started, it would have been quite a thing. So my first lesson started like this. My father told me when I could play one chord without buzzing all the strings, he'd show me another one. I'm not even sure how I did that with the action, the way this was when it was new. So I went in my room, worked on it. And then I went back out, and he showed me that one. Now that was a tough one. I got that one down too. Then there was the D, which seemed really easy. And then it was, that was like day one, pretty sure. And then the next day, I started working on this. Sounds like I need to work on it some more. That kind of thing, right? With the alternating, you know. This thing has kind of a little charm, you know. It's got its own little voice, really. Kind of a bluesy thing. Maybe slide. Maybe I should put a pickup in it and play slide on it or something. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, that was that. I get into the strumming. All the different patterns, right? And then at the end of the week, I learned how to finger pick, which was the outside-inside thing. Little tricky on this guitar. It's really short scale. I mean, really short. It's really tight fingering. Good for a kid, though. It really worked well. And it's got its own little... It's intonated pretty good, really, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna thump on it pretty good today. Get stuff moving around again. I wonder if, you know, I know these are not living things, but man, it seems like when you fix up an old guitar that hasn't made a sound in many years, it's like they thank you for it. It's kind of the reason why I fixed this guitar up. If it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So, and I certainly wouldn't know how to play guitar at all, probably, but this is the one that got me going. Now, this plays a lot better than it did when I first got it as a kid. I still need to clean up some glue, squeeze out, and that kind of thing. Like I said, a new set of tuners, and honestly, this thing, the action is perfect. I mean, it's I'd have to show it to you. Let's see if we can get it in focus here. I could measure it too on the bench, but that is pretty darn tight right there. This is a 0 fret too, so, you know, there's that. But I will say one thing. That neck is straight as an arrow. You know, like I said, this isn't up to pitch, but there's some pretty good tug on there right now. It's not down a lot, maybe a half step. I'd have to look. Like I said, I can't adjust this bottom treble E string. This tuner's gone. So we're gonna get some new tuners for it. It's worthy of it. There's no doubt. You know, a cheap guitar. Like I said, it has a sound of its own. You know, think of the tune like Loser by Beck. That kind of thing, you know. You can hear that in it. It's got that kind of toy guitar, cardboard, plastic sound. I don't even know how to describe that sound, but... See, it wants some of that. The little guy will ring and ring, I will say that. What a fun thing. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. You know, if you guys still have your first guitar, no matter what they are, it is a cool experience to just to hear this thing again. It's been so long. And, you know, I'm just shocked that it's still in my hands today. I've I've sold a lot of guitars that I wish I wouldn't have. I've given them away. That doesn't bother me, but selling them, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like I always regret it. You know what I mean? Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, to all these episodes. I know some of them were probably boring, but hopefully interesting at least. And it was just a fun thing to do, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and sticking along for the ride. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna leave this under tension, and I'm gonna go order some tuners, and I'll probably clean up the glue joints, and it does have a couple more breaks. There's a good break right there. I should fix that. The neck feels good. The frets are not sharp anymore. Yeah, the 10 gauge strings are good on this. They really are. These lighter guitars with no truss rod, I recommend it. 10 through 48's a good match for these. Other than that, I really don't see any other issues with this thing. I checked all the braces inside. Those were all good, no rattles. That's how you check too. If you hear it go and does that kind of weird sound, you know you got a bad brace. It's an easy way to tell. Cool. I'm really happy anyways to have it going again. This is going back in the studio once I get some tuners for it, and I'm sure this will get worked into a record or a song or a track somewhere. It's cool. It's different. It doesn't sound like any of my other acoustic guitars. It sounds like that old Delta blues kind of sitting on the porch, lead belly kind of stuff. Really cool. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for watching and subscribing. Welcome to all the new subs to the channel. We'll get some more stuff happening here soon. I got a few more repairs to do, and then I'm going to start doing some guitar playing and maybe some lessons once in a while. All right, we'll see you soon, guys. Be good. Okie doke.